Merry Christmas, criminals. Welcome to Batman Arkham Origins. This game is set about 2 years before Batman Arkham Asylum, and about 2 years after Batman starts his one-man war on crime. It's featuring a different developer than the usual Rocksteady games. They did Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and they're also doing Arkham Knight. Arkham Origins is actually done by WB Montreal, and it's a sufficient game. It doesn't have the same highs as Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, but you know what? It's okay. I'll take it. So, without too much ado, let's get to it. As usual, because, well, I like making the games a little bit challenging, I will be playing on hard difficulty. I will also be doing all the Riddler trophies, I'll be doing the DLC, and I'll probably be going through all the challenge maps, but I will definitely not be doing 100% on this one. It's a little dicey.
Services are urging Gotham residents to stay off the roads and in their homes tonight in light of the severe winter storm. Still manage the island, Bruce. You've been back for almost 2 years now. You can't expect me to believe that Gotham's most eligible bachelor is spending another Christmas alone.
You just ran out of time.
Knowing that tonight we put to rest one of Gotham's most heinous and relentless killers, Julian Gregory Day.
Commissioner Loeb, any comment on the rumor that it wasn't actually the cops who captured Mr. Day?
There is no such thing as a Batman.
Captain Gordon! Captain Gordon! Commissioner Loeb!
No further questions, no further questions.
All units, code 10 at Blackgate Prison. Communication is down, possible to 11.
Delta 6-4, en route. Dispatch 5-9, confirm code 10. This is a breakout.
Suspect identified as Black Mask. Repeat, code 10 suspect is Black Mask. Commissioner Loeb is being held captive. Repeat, Commissioner Loeb is 701.
You do realize it is Christmas Eve, sir?
Black Mask entered the prison here. I need to find Commissioner Loeb before it's too late.
Luckily, this game doesn't take too long to drop us right in the middle of things, because, well, hey, we're in the middle of a prison breakout at Blackgate Prison. This is before Arkham Asylum has been established, so Blackgate's pretty much the only place criminals got to go.
Hey, it's not every day you get to kill a warden. I'm gonna enjoy myself.
No, please, not again!
Oh, I'll kill you all right. But by the time I do, that eye won't be the only thing you're missing.
What is that? Behind you!
Oh, come on. Expect me to fall for that? I mean, try something original. What the hell are you?
No! Stay away! Don't hurt me! I heard the rumors, but you're not supposed to be real.
You tore this place apart.
I don't know what it is. It's huge.
Where is Black Mask?
I don't know. He's here for Commissioner Loeb. Maybe one of his men knows where he's headed.
obviously, to start with, things are not going so well. They'll probably get better from here on, right?
This is an emergency situation, and I am assuming command. Security personnel and GCPD officers, turn your radios to channel 13 for further instructions.
What was I supposed to do? He threatened my family. He was going to...
I don't have time to discuss this, but you and I both know that doesn't make what you did right.
All I did was clear my men out of one wing. I assume Black Mask owns most of them anyway.
You're the warden of this prison. You're supposed to stand up to criminals, not let them push you around.
Look, I just want to go home to my family.
So, seemingly a big message I get from this game is that Batman's a dick. I mean, if you thought he was kind of okay in the last two games, this game will quickly cure you of that notion. But while we're rocking around Cell Block A, we can get a little bit of a conversation from all the criminals here.
The bat. That's what you call a left hook?
They definitely seem to be in different mentalities regarding the Batman. At this point, Batman's almost at least partially a myth. And, well, a lot of the criminals are still very scared of him.
You can't get to us in here, right?
Low.
About time you got what's coming to him.
Where the hell you carry? Ain't like you getting out of here anytime soon.
I got friends on the outside. What's it to you?
Well, who says whomever they replace him with will be any better?
Can't be worse.
Like a damn pterodactyl. Terror what? Oh, a pterodactyl. It's like a dinosaur bird. Its wings were all feathers. They ain't had no feathers. What are you? A damn tour guide at the Natural History Museum? Batman can't fly like those pterodactyl whatever. He's just a man, and he ain't got no wings. End of story. Oh, crap! It's him! The Bat!
And so with all that out of the way, let's make our merry way on downstairs.
Masks, men. I'll make them tell me where I can find Black Mask.
This area serves as your basic combat tutorial as far as striking goes. Just, as usual, just punch people. It also has you deal with a little bit of countering, but I'll get there when I get there. It does handle its interrogations of people, much like the Riddler thugs in the last game, a little bit differently, which you'll be seeing here.
Okay, you got me beat. You've proven yourself.
Where's Black Mask?
How the hell should I know?
I'm going to make you talk. How much pain you endure before that is in your hands.
No.
I don't have time for this.
Okay. He sent it to the execution chamber. With Loeb.
Smart move. Now you get to take a nap.
All inmates, you are not in any danger. Please remain calm and relay information on the whereabouts of Police Commissioner Loeb to security and GCPD personnel.
A drone. That doesn't belong here. Wonder who's controlling it.
Something I haven't mentioned yet, but it'll come up throughout the game, is after every combat encounter, you're actually graded on your combat. You get rankings such as Apex Vigilante, Superior Vigilante for your combat sections, and Predator for your stealth sections. And depending on your ranking, it will give you a bonus experience. You see here I get a Apex Vigilante rating, which is a 100% bonus experience, so basically that fight was worth twice as much as it normally is. one thing I do like about Arkham Origins is that it introduces you to different enemy types quicker.
Talk like that's what got you into this mess in the first place.
I mean, here I'm still in the tutorial area, and here's an armored thug. Just like before, the only way to do reliable damage to him is to do a stun first with your cape, and then do a beatdown.
Don't hurt me, please.
Attention inmates. Anyone who has seen the criminal Black Mask or his...
On second thought, you can leave me in the cell. I'm fine here.
Obviously at this point, but there's still very little known about Batman. He could be a threat to every single person in Gotham, or he could be something else. I mean, the reporter Vicky Vale doesn't know, but, you know, maybe she'll find out later.
They say crime doesn't care. Someone ought to check the good police commissioner's pockets, because they are lined with my money. And what have I got to show for it, huh? My own men in the slammer? Not no more. No, tonight, we're making some changes. Some big changes.
You're a dead man walking, Loeb! You heard the man. Tonight's our night! That's right, he's gonna kill Loeb tonight. About time Loeb got what he deserves. Hell yeah, it is.
Hey, now listen up here. Black Mask let us out. So the way I see it, we owe him one. Let's clear this place of guards so he can make a clean escape.
You could do that. Me? I'm out of here. Knocking over the first liquor store I see.
You don't stand a chance on your own. We gotta stick together. Clear out the guards, and then make a break for it.
He ain't going alone. I'm going with him.
Me too. I could use a drink.
So this is where we part ways. Whoever's coming with me, I got the first round. Whoever's helping out Black Mask, good luck. See you never.
Something interesting about Batman's combat style in this game is he's not as loose as he is in other games. Whenever he's sort of in a static position, he's almost in a ready martial arts position. He's sitting there and, you know, he's got his arm ready for his right cross. Occasionally you'll see him do a little come at me with his left hand. But by and large, Batman's still getting used to this whole crime fighting thing, so there's a lot of things that still aren't very solid for him. That being said, since this is very heavily based on the Arkham City engine, well, a lot of the animations are going to be pretty much identical.
That wall beside him is weak. If I can find a way in behind it, I can take him down safely.
So if we look here on the right, we'll see, well, Calendar Man's little cell. Here on the left, you actually see his plans as soon as he gets out of jail. See at the top of his list is Judge Harkness, the hanging judge, the guy who sentenced him to death. And then there's, well, he's got a couple other things on his list. And then next to this big count on the wall, you'll see Happy Holidays Julian from HQ. That would be Harley Quinn. Currently, she's serving as a psychiatric consultant here at Blackgate Penitentiary.
Looks like I scared him off.
So, unfortunately for this thug, that black mask really limits his peripheral vision, or else he might be able to see us through one of these holes here. Because this is gonna hurt.
Information on the whereabouts of Commissioner Loeb or Black Mask, please come forward immediately. I've received confirmation from Warden Joseph that you will be rewarded for information released to our website. Attention death row inmates. Please remain calm and stay in your cells. A police operation is in progress, and anyone outside of their cells may be considered a danger to the force.
Part of me wants to just flip that switch. But it is Christmas Eve.
And he is the calendar man. And that's just too perfect to ignore. You're gonna owe me for this, Julian. That could be useful.
Sir, what do we do about Loeb?
Bring him in, bring him in.
What's all this about, Sionis? Haven't I always come through for you?
You may have, Gillian, but things have changed. We're starting with a clean slate, and you're not on it.
What are you talking about? I'm not on it? After all I've done for you. You can't do this! I'm a police commissioner, damn it!
Show's over, boys.
Luckily, Killer Croc's being a gigantic dick to that henchman means that we can now get through this window.
I'm too late. Commissioner Loeb is dead. Black Mask has a lot to answer for.
It's the best! We're never getting out of here. Like cover!
So unfortunately, the good police commissioner is now, well, out of the picture. So we won't have to worry about him again, I guess.
I told you to grab the memory card! You wanted it smashed, so I smashed it. And it better be, or the next thing that gets smashed will be your face!
The memory card is damaged, but I should be able to recover most of the data back at the Batcave. I know I caught yours.
Luckily, with things having escalated so quickly, it's time for the first boss fight. Killer Croc doesn't function too differently from any, you know, armored thugs. You just have to get him in a cape stun and then start a beatdown. What he will do is every time you do the beatdown, he'll pick up one of these fuel canisters, and you're gonna wanna throw batarangs at that before it blows up on you. He will summon in these thugs, but it's easy enough to just ignore them. They don't really do anything. But it can still be difficult to get out of his way whenever he charges you. Whenever you do finish your beatdown, he'll do that little ground pounder. You're going to want to dodge away from that, or else you'll take another bit of really unnecessary damage. But, much like Arkham Asylum, Killer Croc is going to go down like a chump, because he's already on his last bit of health. With the last fuel canister taken care of, it's time for another cutscene.
Your boss, where's he going?
The boss of me is me.
You want teeth? I want answers.
Till Black Mask's assassins get through with you.
What assassin?
Whoever wins is gonna be famous and rich.
At least we know he won't be ugly.
Freeze! Hold it right there!
We're taking you in.
Not tonight.
No such thing as a Batman, huh?
Are you back for the night, sir? Shall I warm up Christmas dinner?
No. It's going to be a long night, Alfred. I just ran into a human-shaped crocodile who told me Black Mask has hired assassins to kill me.
Assassins, sir? As in more than one?
That's right.
And you heard this from the mouth of a crocodile, man?
His name is Killer Croc. He's already behind bars.
Oh, I pity his cellmate.
I don't. Let's see what else is on the drone's hard drive.
Each of them gets one of these envelopes. I need them delivered tonight.
They're all hired killers, the best in the business. Black Mask isn't messing around. Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, former military, subject of a failed medical experiment.
Failed, you say?
Garfield Linz, aka Firefly, burns on 90% of his body. His obsession is going to be his end.
How unlike anyone I know.
Here's a face I don't recognize. Copperhead. Strange. These reports reference a male, not a female.
14 escapes, huh? Well, you won't forget Nada. What the...
Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot. Says here he's an expert sharpshooter.
How on earth?
Suspected of many assassinations. Dangerous, but reckless. Street tough named Lester Baczynski. Calls himself Electrocutioner.
Shocking.
Shiva. Her skill is unmatched. here, in Gotham. Why would he be taking money as a hired killer?
Is that Warden Joseph?
Must be how Black Mask got inside the prison. He uses torture for intimidation and entertainment.
8 assassins after your head. What are you going to do?
I'm going to find out who is operating this drone. Make them tell me what they know. Then I'm going to find Black Mask and put an end to this.
Sir, I may be stating the obvious here, but you do realize that since you and I are the only people who know the Batman's true identity, those assassins will all fail their mandate if you'd just spend the evening here.
They'll put innocents in danger to attract my attention. I can't take that risk.
And you think it's a better idea to just put yourself in their crosshairs?
There's only one person in Gotham who can get his hands on something like this. The Penguin. He's been tracking Black Mask. Its next waypoint was a rendezvous with Penguin's men at Jezebel Plaza. I'll make them talk.
You're sure this is wise, sir?
I know what I'm doing.
Well, in case you change your mind and want to train tonight instead, I'll keep your training facility active.
So, every once in a while when we come back to the Batcave, we can get little pearls of wisdom from Alfred, and those will actually give you experience to level up with.
A question, sir, if I may. How did Waylon Jones come to be the way he is?
Atavism from the look of it. An unfortunate genetic mutation.
Do you think the condition causes physical pain? Might that explain his rage?
It goes deeper than that. Imagine growing up looking like he did. Children are cruel, Alfred.
So are adults, sir. All part of the human condition, I suppose. We've a tendency to fear, often outright despise, that which is different. Ah, but you already knew that. If you're serious about getting to Jezebel Plaza in time to find Penguin's men, you'll want to leave soon.
Yeah, I want to leave soon, but actually the rest of this video is just going to be exploring the Batcave here. It's actually the first time since Arkham Asylum we've really been able to kind of explore, and this is, you know, the formative stages of it. For instance, right here we'll see, well, actually the Batmobile Mark 1. You see different plans on the floor for the transmission, for the suspension, the engine, and actually I don't know why you'd have the Batwing up and running before the Batmobile, but, well, what do I know? I'm not a costume crime fighter. Over here is the training console, and this is actually how you would access all the challenge maps inside the game itself. I won't be showing this off too much, but I will be doing these throughout the game. As the challenge maps, you have 3 different characters. Deathstroke's one of them, one of the assassins, and Initiation Bruce Wayne, who fights about like Catwoman from the last game. But these combat trainings will unlock throughout the game, and every one you finish will get you an XP reward for finishing the challenge, so it's in your best interest to do both the challenge maps and these training programs, just for the sake of getting more levels quicker. Normally I'll be cutting these out and probably leaving at the end of the video in any video that I do them in, but for now I'm going to leave these 2 in. The first one's your basic combat combo multiplier. Teaches you about get up to ×3 to, you know, move quickly, do your counters, do your combo takedowns, and try to get up to, I believe it's a ×15 combo without getting hit. It's, you know, against 5 enemies, it's a pretty good start. It doesn't have that much to do with trying to teach you about the quickfire gadgets or anything like that. That actually goes into a different tutorial. But this is sort of a neat, it's a neat little feature that I almost wish was in the other games, because I know I've heard different people complain about. The game's a little intimidating to get into as far as combat goes. The only other challenge map unlocked at the moment is Counter, and that involves doing both the blade dodge, because before too long we're going to be seeing enemies with knives. And it also involves just countering people in general, and also seeing multiple counters come at once. It's definitely very important to get that blade dodge sort of mastered as soon as possible, because just like in the last game, the blade dodge takedown is super useful, and if you master that technique, anybody with a knife is definitely going to be holding a double-edged sword, and it's more than likely going to be pointed in their direction. But with all 3 trophies, really all you have to do is just take them all down, you'll be good to go. I believe every challenge map you finish is worth 15,000 points. That may be 5,000 points for each trophy that you unlock. But it's definitely worth getting. You know, it's a decent chunk of experience, and it will definitely help you get some of your upgrades sooner, especially considering the hoops you have to go through to get to some of them, which I'll be covering here in a second as soon as I finish this map. So you'll see there under Select Combat Training, Challenge XP Reward is 30,000 points. Like I said, I believe each map, or possibly each trophy, is worth either 15,000 points total or 5,000 points per trophy unlocked. It's definitely a useful way to get your experience up. And speaking of experience, those 2 maps gave me enough experience to actually reach level 3. You'll see I got the level up, and every time Batman levels up, you get this little musical sting, and there's also this weird little visual filter that goes over Batman. I guess it has something to do with the Wayne Tech version 0.9 or something like that. But anyway, looking at the different upgrades, there's the core controls on the left. Those aren't upgrades. There's the auxiliary upgrades, what I'm going to look at first, because these are actually things you cannot upgrade using points. These have to be unlocked by getting different things throughout the game, which I'll go into that in a second. The 2 we're interested in are the Close Combat upgrades and the Invisible Predator upgrades. Close Combat is your normal, get your health upgrades, get your counters, get your blade dodge takedowns, stuff like that. The weird thing about this game is you actually have to go through the health upgrades first before you can unlock anything else. It's kind of a waste, because I normally save the combat armor upgrades for last, but, well, it is what it is, and you have to do it. You gotta do it, right? So those ones that are grayed out, those will be unlocked as we go through the game. The Invisible Predator upgrades, on the other hand, these are normally your stealth upgrades, things like quicker takedowns, better smoke bombs, but the first 2 I'm going to go for are the increased battering stun time, because I use a lot of quickfire batterings, and I'm also going to go for the increased battering damage for pretty much the same reason. These can be useful for Predator mode to an extent, but I think they're most useful in combat. The other thing we're seeing here is the Dark Knight system. So there's 4 categories here, and they all involve doing things out and about, and these are sort of the equivalent of the Riddler challenges from Arkham City, the physical challenges. It'll be things like do different combat maneuvers, 5 counters, knock down people with slides, things like that. The difference is that you only can do these in order. For instance, I have to start with number 1, which is perform 5 counters. If I reach the 30 times multiplier and do 7 variations in the same combat, well, doesn't matter until I actually reach that rank. And that's a shame because, well, I'd be getting this stuff done a lot quicker, I guess. Shadow Vigilante is the one for combat. Gotham Protector is the one for all of your exploring Gotham things, such as do a glide for so long, do a vertical dive of this distance, reach the top of a certain building, things like that. Again, it's almost exactly like the Riddler challenges, and they're not hard. It's just, it'd be nice to be able to do them all at once, because it's very easy. Worst Nightmare is a tricky one. These are all your silent takedowns, but, well, some of these can only be done in particular areas, and you will only encounter that one area once in the entire game before you have to play through New Game Plus. For instance, 4 exotic takedowns in one location. There's only a couple places you can do these, and if you're not up to the right rank when it comes time to do it, then you're not going to be able to get it done. World's Greatest Detective is not that important. We'll come back to it later. Basically just by unlocking the database by doing different different character profiles and things like that, you'll get Greatest Detective unlocked. Meanwhile, in the Batcave, you'll see we've got their little infirmary here, probably for Bruce Wayne's late-night dalliances. And going up the stairs, you'll find his workshop, where he presumably works on his new gadgets. And he also has his neat little chalkboard full of mathematicals here. I have no idea what any of it is. What I find to be most interesting is this is around the time when Batman's first starting out. So you actually see all these different court boards with the little lines here. You know, it kind of makes you feel like he really is a detective who's figuring things out. You've got Batman trying to finger the Maroni family, which, you know, goes hand in hand with Falcone and DeLuca, who are both some of Gotham's oldest crime families. But, you know, he's here tagging everything together, and it shows from top to bottom sort of the chronology of the case. He's trying to track down the Maroni family, does a background check on the jury, and then at the very bottom you see the case is closed. And then there's 3 different ones here. Maroni's the first one. There's also, number 2 is the Masked Hood, who, those of you who know who this is, well, please don't give it away. But if you're up to date on your comics, then you probably know who this guy is already. The Red Hood has been going around Gotham, pulling off some pretty big heists, and it looks like he's been on Batman's radar for a little while. There's also the Calendar Killer, who, well, we just ran into him, and although he came very close to being ended, well, didn't quite make it. So although the Calendar Killer has been brought to justice, and Judge Harkness sentenced him to death, it looks like he got a last-minute reprieve. But that's all for now. Please join me next time when we finally make our way to Jezebel Plaza, and we go to see what exactly the Penguin's up to. Thank you for joining me.